Get this guy out of here.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, your father's a weirdo.
When you think of rap, Taylor Swift is probably the last name that pops into your head, unless you're referencing that fever dream of a collab she did with T-Pain in 2009. Thug Story, never forget. But fast forward to 2025, and it turns out a surprising number of rap royalty are actually Swifties in the streets, stans in the sheets. Despite her white girl whimsy, glittery metaphors, and cottagecore energy, Taylor's name has been rhyme fodder for the rap elite. Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Ice Spice, Travis Scott, Eminem, Nicki Minaj, and even Flavor Flav have all name-dropped, collabed with, or thirsted over the idea of linking up with Miss Swift. Honestly, at this point, the rap Taylor Venn diagram is a solid overlap in the middle, shaped like a platinum record. So what gives? Why are rappers, often lauded for gritty bars, flex culture, and bravado, obsessed with the Queen of Heartbreak montages? Well, for starters, Taylor is the final boss of pop culture. 4-time Grammy Album of the Year winner, Eras Tour cash cow, and the first artist to colonize the entire Billboard Top 10. She's the industry. Aligning with her isn't just a flex, it's a strategic power play. And let's be honest, a Swift collab is like printing your own Billboard entry. It gets you press coverage, a red carpet mention, and a one-way ticket to mainstream America's AirPods. Plus, her fans are everywhere, and they're terminally online. A single Swift co-sign sends her Swifties into full digital hysteria, complete with stream parties, theory threads, and FBI-level analysis. Your name doesn't just trend, it tattoos itself onto the collective pop consciousness. And make no mistake, Taylor might have the aesthetic of a pastel cardigan, but crossing her is career suicide. Ask Kanye. Ask Scooter Braun. One got quote sniped in her lyrics, and the other watched his client roster vanish like a Snapchat message. As Taylor put it best, if you wait long enough, the trash takes itself out. But beyond the clout chasing, there's respect. Rappers, perhaps more than any other genre, love lyricists. And lover or hater, Swift's pen is sharp. Her metaphors cut, her storytelling lands, and her emotional complexity, therapists endorse her discography. She's basically the Lana Del Rey of the suburbs, with a 5-album heartbreak arc and enough one-liners to fill a deluxe notebook. So who's next to tap into the Swift stream of influence? Rumors once swirled about a Ye collab for Reputation, but given West's current status as pop culture's permanent timeout, that's unlikely. Travis Scott might be more realistic, especially since both he and Swift have mused about the suffocating spotlight. Imagine that crossover. Trap beats meets confessional folk pop, probably with a title like Auto-Tuned Apologies and Champagne Regrets. Taylor isn't just pop's reigning monarch, she's quietly becoming rap's unlikely muse. And if you're not watching the rap world bend the knee to Tay, you're probably not paying attention. And boy, oh boy, looks like Mr. Pfizer is catching more heat off the field than he ever did on it last season. Travis Kelce, tight end turned tabloid sweetheart, is now reportedly blaming his NFL fumble fest on the glittery chaos that came with dating the world's biggest pop star. And let's just say, the internet is not exactly handing him tissues. Did I not just make it very clear you don't mess with Queen T? Apparently, Kelce is convinced his sudden dip in form, think worst season stats in years and a Super Bowl flop so bad it made grown men cry, happened because he got swept up in the sparkly circus of Swifdom. Between commercials, red carpets, acting gigs, and playing Ken to Taylor's Barbie on the Eras Tour stage, Kelce allegedly lost sight of the actual football. But fans aren't buying it, especially Swifties, who have gone full scorched earth on the Kansas City king of dad bods. The guy spent the offseason twirling on stage while his rivals were grinding on the field. He's blaming Taylor? Bro, your abs left the chat before she even entered the room. And the always iconic, no shit, Sherlock. Others didn't even bother with subtlety. Both their egos are in orbit. He loved the fame, spare us the drama. Don't blame the girlfriend, blame the beer belly and your Netflix side quests. Father time is undefeated, sweetie. And speaking of side quests, Kelce's been everywhere but the gym. Acting debut in a horror show, game show host on Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? Spoiler, he's not. Cameo in the Happy Gilmore sequel, brand deals with literally everything from Pfizer to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Let's not forget that viral beer-chugging frat boy moment during his podcast taping where he pounded a brewski in front of thousands, then slammed it like he just won a keg stand contest. Swifties called it embarrassing, insufferable, and proof he'll never grow up. Body language experts even chimed in, he's addicted to attention. Ouch. And while Kelce's on-field performance was circling the drain, he was living his best midlife crisis, dancing on stage with Taylor at Wembley, hamming it up on SNL, and collecting checks like Pokemon cards. Now that Taylor's tour is wrapped and Kelce's ego is in rehab, the couple is reportedly chilling, watching movies, hitting the gym, finally, and hanging with each other's families. Cute. But fans can't help but wonder how long until Taylor drops a song called Tight End Loose Grip. Kelce might be on a break, but the internet, never. And if any couple could trigger the collapse of NFL defenses and Hollywood friendships in the same year, it's these two, the power duo who turned headlines into their personal playground. Swift's post-tour recovery has been less glitter, more drama, thanks to an unexpected plot twist straight out of a messy Netflix series. Enter Blake Lively and the It Ends With Us legal circus. In case you missed it, Blake sued co-star Justin Baldoni, and Baldoni dragged Swift into it, claiming she pushed Blake to go legal. The result? A rift between besties that had fans spiraling. Blake, who was once arm in arm with Swift in a Super Bowl VIP box, was conspicuously absent in New Orleans this year. And yes, people noticed. But according to My Birdies, the BFF breakup has been patched. Blake apologized and they are talking again, the source has spilled. Think Taylor accepted the apology, but probably archived Blake's text for future lyrical inspiration. Speaking of which, can we zoom out of gossip for a minute? Because what started as a deep cut has now become a chart-climbing breakout. Hear me loud and clear. When Swifties want something to rise, you better believe they'll move heaven, earth, and TikTok algorithms to make it happen. Taylor's broody country rock banger, fresh out of the slammer, from the Tortured Poets department, is suddenly having a main character moment, months after flying under the radar. While the track originally dropped without the fanfare of its more headline-grabbing siblings, all it took was a single tweet from producer Jack Antonoff on April 5th to turn the tide. His casual confession into the fresh out of the slammer thing that is my favorite on the album sent Swifties into full-blown battle mode. Hashtag created, streaming parties scheduled, TikTok edits flooded, obsession level imprisonable. Within 24 hours, fresh out of the slammer saw a jaw-dropping 37% spike in streams, racking up over 328,000 plays in a single day. Not bad for a song that once sat in the shadowy corner of the track list, like it was in witness protection. The song's gritty metaphor of love as lockdown, with its gritty guitars and cinematic synths, clearly struck a nerve with fans, especially those who've survived their own situationship sentence. The vibe? Lana Del Rey meets outlaw-era Dolly Parton, fresh off parole with a vengeance. And while Swift herself has yet to directly acknowledge the stream fresh out of the slammer campaign, classic silent mastermind move, her fans clearly understood the assignment. This grassroots surge is yet another reminder that Taylor doesn't need a record label to push a single. She's got the world's most powerful fan base with Wi-Fi. So now the question is, will Fresh Out of the Slammer go full breakout hit? With Swifties steering the getaway car, it might just leave the charts handcuffed to a new #1 spot. See you next time.